We're going to look at index laws 1 and 2. This is index law 1 and this is index law 2. So index law 1 is this: a to the power of m multiplied by a to the power of n is equal to a to the power of m plus n. So we use the same base, which is a in this case, and then all we do is add the powers. This is of course assuming that the bases are the same, and in this case they are. Well, let's have a look at this example over here. We've got x to the power of 3 multiplied by x to the power of 6. We have the bases which are the same, because they are x, they are the same, and we have our powers. So we can write that as this. We can go x, because that is our base, 3 add 6. So that becomes x to the power of 9. Alright, what about this one over here? Put the video on pause and give it a go. Come back when you're ready. Alright, well, a couple of things that we need to identify is that is a base and that is the same base. That is a base and that is also the same base. However, they're not the same. Okay? So we've got x and a y base and an x and a y base. So we can write it as follows. Equals x, and we've got the first one is a 3 and the second one is a 2. And y to the 2 plus 5. And therefore that has to be x is equal to power of 5 to y to the power of 7. And that would be our answer. Alright, here's one to challenge you. Try this one, put the video on pause and come back when you're ready. Alright, well, there's something I would do first of all. I would get these values, so these coefficients, I would group them together. Then I would find my bases and I would group them together. So it would look something like this. Equals 3 times 4 times 2 times x to the 2 times x to the 3 times y to the power of 2. I would now simplify this out. So 3 times 4 is 12, times 2 would give me 24, multiplied by x. Now I've got to the power of 2 plus to the power of 3, multiplied by y to the power of 2. Therefore I would have the answer of 24 x to the power of 5 y to the power of 2, and that would be my answer. Right, well, index law 2 has to do with division using the same base, and if we have the same base we can subtract the powers. Okay, so using the same base, subtracting the powers. Alright, so here we have y to the power of 6 divided by y to the power of 3. We have the y's, which are the same base, and then we have our powers. So this can be written as y, which is our base, 6 subtract 3. And it's subtract because we have a division over here. And that therefore becomes y to the power of 3. Alright, how about question B? See what you can do there. Put the video on pause and come back when you're ready. Right, so we've got to be a little bit careful with these types of expressions. First of all, the 8 and the 12, they are coefficients. They're by themselves. That a is a base and that a is a base, so they're the same base, and those b's are the same base as well. So I can simplify my whole numbers over here. And 4 goes into 8 twice, and 4 goes into 12 3 times. So I can write that as 2 over 3 already. And because we are doing a division, I can actually move these up to the top. So I'll do it like this. A to the power of 4 minus 2. B to the power of 2 minus 1. Remembering that b by itself has a exponent of 1. and then this will become 2a, and 4 take away 2 gives me 2b. 2 take away 1 is to the power of 1, and I don't necessarily have to show to the power of 1, over 3. That'll be my answer. Alright, well now we're going to use index law 1 and 2 to solve this problem over here. Put the video on pause, give it a go, come back when you're ready. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sort out my multiplied, so I'm going to add those two together. So that becomes y to the 2 plus 4 divided by y to the 3. So that becomes y to the 6 divided by y to the 3. And then the index law that involves division is subtraction, so it'll be 6 subtract the 3. So that becomes y 6 subtract 3, and that equals y to the power of 3. Alright, how about giving this one a go? Put the video on pause and come back when you're ready. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify those two numbers there. So I'm just going to cancel them out. 4 goes into 4 once and 4 goes into 4 once. So this now becomes 2 times 1 is 2a, and we have 2 add to 3, that becomes 5, b 1 over there, add another 2 gives me 3 all over a squared b squared. The next thing I need to do is I need to sort out my division, and my law with division means I need to subtract these guys up here. So I'll go ahead and do that. So I'll have 2a to the 5 minus the 2, and that comes from down here, b3 minus the 2, and the minus 2 comes from down there. So my answer therefore is going to be 2a to the power of, what's 5 take away 2 is the power of 3, and b is 3 take away 2 gives me 1, so I'll just leave the b as it is, and that would be my answer. Well, there you go, that's index laws 1 and 2.